Good morning. I've been sitting out here having my coffee this morning, watching the sun come up, listening to the birds. It's a pretty morning. I'm watching the fish jump out of the water. I think it's bass. I'm not sure. And I was just sitting here thinking, it's a good day for chocolate gravy and biscuits. It's a little bit chilly this morning, but it's gonna warm up. I haven't had chocolate gravy and biscuits in forever, and I kind of have sweet tooth. So, I'm going to make my mama's recipe for chocolate gravy, and I think this recipe has been around since she was a kid. Mama's not here anymore with us, but she made this when I was a kid, and it's really delicious. But I'm going to try something a little different today with it. I was just sitting here thinking, and I have an idea, and I might change it up just a little bit. I'm going to make the original recipe, but I'm going to add a little bit of something extra right at the end and see if I can put a new spin on chocolate gravy, or if I just want to leave it like Mama made it. Don't know if you don't try, right? So that's what we're going to do. Okay, let's go in and make some chocolate gravy and biscuits. Let's do it. Hey y'all, good morning. Today we're having a really old-fashioned recipe for breakfast. We're having chocolate gravy and biscuits. Now, this is something Mama used to make when I was little, and it's super easy to make. And this recipe, I think, has been around for 100 years. It just takes a few ingredients. We've got cocoa, sugar, flour, butter, milk, and vanilla. And I made some biscuits. Somebody's been into them already. We won't say who. But when I make chocolate gravy and biscuits, I like to make my biscuits small. I don't know why, I just like to do that. But usually I make the big cat head biscuits, but I kind of make little mini ones for chocolate gravy and biscuits. Anyway, so all you do is mix your dry ingredients first, okay? You start with your sugar and your cocoa and your flour, and I'll have the measurements in the description. And then you want to add just a dash of salt, okay? Whisk that together. Just get it all mixed up really well. And we'll turn the fire on, and we want about a medium heat. And we will pour in our milk, and I use whole milk for this. Now, some people think when you say chocolate gravy, if they've never had chocolate gravy, they think, does that have meat drippings? It just doesn't sound good. Well, you know what? It doesn't have that. It's basically a hot pudding. That's the only way I can explain it to somebody that's never had it. And if you haven't tried it, you don't know what you're missing. So what you want to do is just continuously whisk until all the ingredients are mixed really well. And you also want to keep whisking so that it doesn't scorch on the bottom. And keep your fire to low to medium heat. Once it comes to a simmer, still got some cocoa in there. Once it comes to a simmer, then you will add the butter. This recipe couldn't be more simple. You just bring it to a boil. Make sure you don't have any lumps in it. Keep stirring, keep stirring. And then after it comes to a boil, the very last thing you do is add your vanilla and a couple of tablespoons of butter, and it's done. It's all done. But today, I'm going to do something. I'm going to kind of veer off this 100-year-old recipe and do something a little different. But I really think you need to try it like this first, which this is the old-fashioned chocolate gravy recipe. But when we're done, I'm going to add something new just to try it. Never have tried it. I was looking in the pantry and I saw this ingredient that I'm not going to give away yet. And I thought, because I've been hungry for some chocolate gravy, but this will be for people that are like really chocoholics, if they really like things extra rich and sweet. So I may find out that I like it better just like this, and maybe I found a new twist, something new to add to it. If Mom was here, she might whoop me for changing it up like that. We'll see. We'll see how it turns out. I've never known of anybody ever to add this other ingredient that I'm going to try. Just keep stirring. It'll start to thicken up. If it seems like it's getting a little bit too thick, just add some more milk. And keep in mind that as it cools, it's going to thicken up also. So you might want it a little bit on the thin side when you turn the fire off. So I started with a cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of flour, and some people might use all-purpose flour, but I use self-rising for almost everything. I just feel like things turn out better with self-rising flour. So cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of flour, 3 tablespoons of cocoa, 2 tablespoons of butter, and a half teaspoon of vanilla, and a pinch of salt. I think I can turn it up just a little. Don't turn it up and walk away because it will scorch. You just gotta keep stirring. I'll be honest with you, when I was little, I didn't like it over biscuits. I just ate it by itself, it's kind of like a hot pudding. But your tasters kind of change when you get older, and sometimes you eat things when you're all grown up that you didn't eat when you were a kid. It's starting to thicken up. We're getting there. This was one of my kids' favorite things when they were little. They loved chocolate gravy and biscuits for breakfast. Especially Allie. Okay, so now it's come to a boil. We'll add our vanilla. Whisk that in. And butter. Everybody I've ever known that makes chocolate gravy makes it the exact same way as far as the ingredients go and the process, as far as mixing your dry ingredients all together first, then you pour in your milk, bring it to a boil, and then very, very last thing, add the vanilla and the butter. Okay, it's done, and it will thicken as it cools. Now, I think what I'm going to do is take some of this out, and just in case I don't like the other ingredient that I'm going to try, and then we're going to try it. And the other ingredient is, ta-da! I just thought I'd try it. Just put a good, like, couple tablespoons in with it. I love Nutella. So for all of you Nutella lovers out there, you might like it. Maybe not, but I'm going to save some out of this pan just in case I like it better without. But you don't know if you don't try it, right? You never know until you try. Okay, I'm gonna turn this off, scoop some of this out, and then we're gonna add some Nutella. Okay, I scooped some out, and here we go with Nutella. Got a good heaping tablespoon there. I think that's all I'm going to do instead of 2 tablespoons. I'm going to give it a try. Okay. Here's the taste test. I think I'm going to do one with the Nutella and one without. Let's get the other. Okay. Here's the original recipe. Okay, so here's the original stuff. Okay, and here's the one with Nutella. I may have found a new way to do chocolate gravy. Alright, here we go. This is the original. That's exactly like Mama made it. Okay. Now, let's try it with Nutella. Well, maybe I just didn't add enough Nutella, but honestly, there's not a whole lot of difference. Let's try again. Okay, try this. Okay, I've decided Nutella is not even necessary. The original recipe is fantastic. So if you've never made chocolate gravy, y'all, you gotta try it. And if you're thinking, like some people, oh, gravy, chocolate and gravy, that's 2 words that don't belong together. That's what my husband says, actually. My husband doesn't care for it. He wants his sausage gravy over his biscuits. So, but my kids loved it, and a lot of people do. So this is chocolate gravy. I think I'm just going to mix that right back in, since you can't really tell the difference. So I just thought the hazelnut from the Nutella might give it a little different taste, but make it a little richer. And maybe you did very, very slightly, but not enough to fool with. So that's how you make chocolate gravy. Y'all give it a try, okay? It's delicious. Your kids are gonna love it, I promise. Okay. That's it.